I was just a boy in Kabul when I learned that the past can't be buried. It finds a way to cling to you, its claws digging deep. It was Rahim Khan on the phone. "There is a way to be good again," he said. Those words catapulted me back to an Afghanistan of kites and kebabs, of bazaars and boys running in dusty streets. But they also whispered of dark alleys and eyes that pleaded, "I'm so sorry." Hassan and I were raised together, feeding from the same breasts, taking our first steps on the same lawn. He was my friend, my servant, my shadow. But above all, he was my first true friend. Looking back, I realize I never understood the depth of his loyalty. We were different, Hassan and I. I was a Pashtun, he was a Hazara. I was Sunni, he was Shia. Nothing was ever going to change that. But we were kids who had learned to crawl together, and no history, ethnicity, society, or religion was going to change that either. Hassan had a face like a Chinese doll. The flat, broad nose and the slanting, narrow eyes that gave him an endearing, perpetual smile. But it was his unwavering loyalty that truly set him apart. No matter what I did, Hassan never denied me anything. The day of the kite-fighting tournament dawned cold and gray, but as we stepped onto that rooftop, the sky exploded with the rainbow of kites. This was my chance to win my father's pride, to finally be the son he always wanted. As the last kite fell, I had done it. I had won. And in that moment, I saw something I'll never forget. My father, Baba, on our rooftop, pumping his fists in the air, cheering for me. But my moment of triumph was about to become my greatest shame. Hassan was running for the last fallen kite, the blue kite that would cement my victory. "For you, 1,000 times over," he had said. Those words would haunt me for years to come. If only I had known the price of that blue kite. I saw it all. I saw what happened in that alley. I had a choice that day, but I ran. I ran because I was a coward. I was afraid of Asef and what he would do to me. I was afraid of getting hurt. But most of all, I was afraid that somehow the world would know I didn't measure up to Baba's standards. In the end, I ran. I ran because I was a coward. I actually aspired to cowardice because the alternative, the real reason I was running, was that Asef was right. Nothing was free in this world. Maybe Hassan was the price I had to pay, the lamb I had to slay to win Baba. We fled Kabul in 1981, leaving behind everything we knew. The journey was perilous, filled with fear and uncertainty. But as we crossed the border, I felt a mix of relief and guilt. Relief to escape the war, guilt for leaving Hassan behind. America promised a new start, but could it wash away the sins of my past? In America, I buried my past and tried to forge a new life. I married, became a writer, lived the American dream. But the weight of my betrayal never left me. It was a splinter in my soul, a constant reminder of what I had done and what I had lost. Returning to Kabul was like stepping into a nightmare. The Taliban had reduced my childhood home to rubble and ruin, but I had to come back. For Hassan, for his son, Sohrab, for the chance to be good again. Confronting Asef, facing my past was the most terrifying and liberating moment of my life. As I fought for Sohrab, I felt I was fighting for Hassan, for my redemption. In that moment, I became the man I should have been all those years ago. Flying kites with Sohrab in America, I finally understood what Hassan meant. For you, 1,000 times over. It wasn't just about loyalty. It was about love, sacrifice, and the hope for redemption. As I ran to catch the kite for Sohrab, I felt a weight lift from my soul. I couldn't change the past, but I could honor it by being there for Hassan's son. 1,000 times over.